Okay, so, we love to really dig deep here on the show. And this time around, we've got some super interesting stuff to dive into.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
It's a guide that dives into like 10 specific desires that women, you know, really appreciate in relationships,
Yeah.
romantic relationships specifically.
Uh-huh.
And I think the really cool thing is that a lot of these are things that, maybe aren't always talked about so explicitly.
Right.
They're sort of like these underlying things that can make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our mission today is to basically unpack all this stuff,
Yeah.
give you guys some real insights into, what makes women feel truly appreciated,
That's it.
and hopefully help you deepen your own relationships too.
Exactly.
So let's jump right in. The first one that this guide talks about is undivided attention.
Yeah,
And, it sounds pretty basic, right?
it does.
Like, oh, just pay attention to your partner. But think about it for a second.
Yeah.
When was the last time you really felt like someone was totally present with you? Like
Really,
really listening, eye contact. No phone.
absolutely.
No distraction.
Give it all away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting everything else aside and just being there in that moment.
That's it.
So the guide actually gives this example
Mm-hmm.
of a woman who's had like a really challenging day,
Right.
and she's telling her partner about it, and he's just totally there for her, like
Uh-huh.
listening attentively, nodding, making eye contact.
Yeah, giving her those verbal and nonverbal cues.
Exactly. And it makes a world of difference to
I
her
bet.
because it shows her that he values what she's saying.
Yeah.
It validates her feelings.
It really does.
It strengthens that emotional bond between them.
Makes her feel heard.
Exactly. And I think this is so key because so often, we think, oh, I spent time with my partner.
Yeah.
But it's not really about the quantity of time.
Right.
It's the quality of that attention that you're giving.
Totally.
So moving on, the next one is thoughtful gestures.
Okay.
Now, this isn't about like grand romantic gestures, like.
Like a dozen roses every day.
Exactly.
Right.
This is about those small acts of consideration that you do consistently.
Yes, those little things.
Little things. Yeah, like bringing home her favorite coffee without her even asking,
Yeah.
or surprising her with a book that she mentioned wanting to read like weeks ago.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I mean? Like those little things that show you're thinking of her
Mm-hmm.
even when she's not around.
Right.
And I think if we like zoom out a little bit, what this really comes down to is showing her
You care.
that her happiness is a priority to you.
Absolutely.
It's about expressing your love through those consistent acts of kindness.
Right.
Okay, now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about vulnerability
Okay.
and emotional openness.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right? This is about being willing to share your feelings,
Mhm.
even the tough ones like your fears and your insecurities.
Yeah, it's about letting that guard down a little.
Totally. And the guy gives this example of a man who confides in his partner about like a personal struggle he's going through.
Right.
And she responds with so much empathy and understanding. And it just creates this like deeper level of intimacy between them.
It's powerful.
It's really powerful. And it makes me think, how important is it in a relationship to feel emotionally safe with your partner?
Oh, it's crucial.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when you can really connect authentically.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next one is a little bit lighter.
Okay.
The natural sense of humor.
I like this one.
This is about being able to find joy
Yeah.
in everyday moments.
Yeah.
Being lighthearted, not taking yourself too seriously.
Having fun.
Exactly. Having fun and being able to laugh at yourself.
Oh, yeah. You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Totally. So the guide gives this example of a couple that's like doing chores together,
Okay.
which, can be kind of a drag sometimes.
It can be.
And the guy starts like playfully dancing around.
Oh, that's cute.
And it just like totally diffuses the tension.
Yeah.
And they both end up laughing.
I love that.
And it creates this like shared positive experience.
Yeah.
Out of something that could have been just mundane.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that, like the power of laughter in a relationship?
Oh, it's huge.
It's big, right?
It can really shift the whole dynamic.
Totally. Okay, so moving on, we've got confidence without arrogance.
Okay.
Now, this is a really interesting one
It is.
because it's not about being like cocky or boastful.
No.
It's about having this quiet self-assurance, like being comfortable in your own skin,
Right.
and especially being able to stay calm and collected
Yeah.
when challenges come up.
When things get cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the guide uses this example of a travel mishap,
Okay.
like something unexpected happens with their trip.
Right.
And the guy just stays calm. He takes decisive action. He doesn't freak out.
Doesn't need to be reassured.
Exactly. And that projects this sense of reliability
Yeah.
and emotional security, which is so important for a woman to feel.
It makes her feel safe.
Totally. Like she knows she can count on him.
Right.
No matter what.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next one is all about listening.
All right.
But it's a specific kind of listening.
Oh, tell me more.
It's about understanding over fixing.
Interesting.
So the guide highlights this scenario where a woman is sharing some frustrations she's having.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of immediately jumping in with solutions or advice,
Yeah.
her partner just listens empathetically.
She just listens.
Yeah, he acknowledges her feelings.
Validates how she's feeling.
Exactly. And that validation is so powerful.
It is.
Because sometimes, we don't need someone to fix our problems.
Sometimes you just need to be heard.
We just need to be heard.
That's it.
And that's enough.
Absolutely.
So we've covered 6 key areas here, and there are 4 more that are worth mentioning.
Okay.
That this guide digs into passion and drive, respectful space, consistent reliability and appreciation for who she is.
Wow, that's a lot. It's a lot, right? But I think all of these together really paint this picture of what true appreciation looks like.
Yeah, it's not just about flowers and chocolates.
Exactly. It's about seeing and valuing your partner
Yeah,
for who they are.
all of them.
All of them, their inner world, their experiences, their needs.
And it's so important.
It's huge. And I think that's why this guide is so valuable.
It is.
Because it really helps us to understand those deeper levels of appreciation.
Absolutely.
So as you're listening to this, think about your own relationships.
Yeah.
Which of these points resonates the most with you? And how could you maybe make a more conscious effort in those areas
Right.
to deepen your connection with your partner?
And the understanding.
And the understanding exactly. And also, I'm curious, what other subtle unspoken needs might exist in any relationship?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right. Like, what are those things that we don't always talk about but are so important?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
You got it.
See you next time. See you then.